Hello and welcome back. That's a sales video, 9 o'clock, Monday morning. Not really a whole lot to go over. Just did 25 book listings yesterday. So all of the books except the three investigators ones. That's going to be more likely today or tomorrow. Yeah, not really a whole lot to go over on just the intro. So maybe if there's something that I have that sold that I can kind of talk about or explain on why I got it or whatever the scenario may be, I'll use that as a talking point. So in order for that to happen, I got to find out what sold. So let's find out what sold. The Invisible War, Chip Ingram. This is another religious one. No barcode. 16. 1948. Hardcover, bit of a heavier hardcover called Steel and its Heat Treatment. Not exactly sure where I got this. May have just bought it because it is a very specific title, very specific genre there. But 14, I'm trying to say gypsy dancing, but that's not it. Belly dancing. Belly dancing, 28 bucks. This Nighthawk router, actually it's a Wi-Fi booster extender. So this I got back in like December. It's in a early sourcing video. And it just sat on like a little area where I get some of this bigger stuff and just stayed there. And I needed to shift some stuff around where that was. And like, you know what? It's time to just get pictures of this and get it listed. So this was up for maybe a couple weeks. Plenty of low ball $40, $50 offers for it. So I got 81 for this. Now, should have been closer to 90, more likely. 81, I paid, I think the sticker on it was $8. Taylor Swifty, the Fearless Platinum, 16. Book of Babes, Bear Winch, 2. Definitely 90s, early 2000s look. 2001. 29. Hogan Knows Best, whichever DVD set, 14. This Gloria Stefan, one I mentioned in the other video, sold, got the payment, sold for 50 bucks. I listed it, and it sold in like 8 hours, international, going to Great Britain. And I got 70, well, I didn't get the buyer $78 all in after that and everything for this. So this is one, it has barcode. I had to open it up to kind of get the original barcode on it. Nothing came up. So I type it in. I don't think anything came up when I typed it in too. Went to Terapeak and I saw that they sell. This is one of those to where nothing's coming up, either currently listed or in 90 days, either completed or sold it. Nothing at all. A great hint, a great thing to just kind of, it's not something, you're not going to have to write this down to remember it. This is just one of those, oh, that makes complete sense. Gloria Stefan has been around since the early 80s, at least the early 80s. That's 40 years. More. I'm not going to exact numbers here. She is well known in the United States, Latin community, and abroad. Abroad as in all around, not she's abroad. You get what I'm saying. So since this her is a recognizable, easily recognizable name. If you're to go to someone maybe in their 20s and younger, they may or may not know Gloria Stefan or Miami Sound Machine. If you're typing something up or scanning and nothing is coming up as currently listed or completed sold, and it's someone who is a big name, that's something you should probably just put in your cart and you don't have to worry about looking up on Terapeak. She's a big enough name, big enough global recognition, that something that is not coming up is most likely going to be rarer. Such as the Chris Christopherson would name their. If that's going to be your last name, why are you going to make it your first name? Come on, mom, dad. Do something. Be a little more creative. Such as that. So he is a more known, probably not quite as known as Gloria Stefan, but on the tier, this arbitrary tier, let's say that she's a 10. Say she is. Let's say that in the tier of known names, she's a 10, and Christopherson is a 6. Right? So she would be a lot more known to me than what Christopherson would be. And so when I looked up that Border God, I remember, it's been a couple days since it shipped out. When I scanned or hand typed, either something did come up and it was very high priced, so I used Terapeak to confirm, or sold to confirm for the Christopherson one, or nothing came up and I had to go in Terapeak. He is a big enough of name for me to know that if it's not coming up as anything listed or coming up as anything completed sold, I'm just going to put it in my cart. I won't even have to Terapeak. It's a well enough name to where I don't have to go, yeah, I don't know. Maybe could. I don't know. I mean, it's not like having something that would be more local, that would be known more locally. If I mention the band Tool, which has some roots and origins here in Ohio, a lot of people will know Tool. If I mention the band Mushroom Head, almost all of you will be like, huh? Or if I mention the band name comprised of people of the name previous to Mushroom Head, the name Mushroom Head, if I say 216, some of those people who know Mushroom Head are like, oh yeah, wow, 216 and Roxy and all that. Mushroom Head, very interesting music. Super Buick is, they all look like, actually, and little kids, they all look like human beings. Stop it from the top. And it's actually been in a couple like TV shows, but point is that if I were to type in Mushroom Head, and if you do that for in music CDs, you're going to get some results. They are, you know, a little more local, but they have some larger fan base. If I type in Mushroom Head and nothing comes up, that I will use Terapeak to find out for sure. Because it has enough of that hard, heavy, I don't want to call it like a death metal grunt. I don't know exactly what kind it falls under. It is a different type of music. But that makes the difference in why I would look something, why you wouldn't really have to look something like this up, because of her name being known for at least 40 years and nothing comes up on the preliminary search. you don't have to worry about Terapeak. Because if it's not coming up now and it's not coming up completed, chances are it's going to be well worth your money. $50. Pine Top Perkins CD, 15. Theodore Tugboat, VHS. Clean Ribbon, 28. Good Witches DVD set. So these were 48. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, 24. These vintage ski brand, I Ski. And the letter I Ski. I want to say that's what it is. Kind of like a tortoise style. For these, I got 48. So this Sewing with Nancy DVD sold for $39, but the kind of point that I want to bring up about this. So if you've watched any of the sourcing videos, you know that I got, I don't remember how many, 3, 4, 5, 8. It wasn't a substantial amount, but it was a small chunk amount. But this just kind of applies to any time when you get DVDs that fall in the same series or something to where the spine's going to look the same or very similar. Put them in different boxes. So this one was right here. The other one I have is more likely in 3, and another one is likely in 4 or 5, or whatever it may be. If you put all of them that have the same kind of looking spine in the same box, and you're like, oh, that looks like it. Oh, that is. But you took your eye off of it as or whatever happened. Take that extra 1 or 2 seconds and just put things that look similar in a different box. And there's also other things that you can do to help inhibit or stop or negate that you could grab something that's not what it is. So I know that this is something that I got that's newer, this specific one. That's kind of the point. You know, you have to look it up and type it and then put it in a title and all that stuff. And then when you're looking at it, you're saying it as you're putting it away. So you have this memory, this repetitive memory now. And this is in the memory of, oh, this is newer. I put my newer listings in front. So if I was putting DVDs away, newer ones would go here. And then it keeps going that way. And then when one of these on the side gets taken out, this one replaces over here. So it's on a constant rotation. This is a book that I listed yesterday. Already sold, $25. Now, the thing about this is that it is the actual copy print rendition of what I thought. This cover is just a wrap from the 7 Arts Library. I'm not quite sure. I did look up 7 Arts Library and it showed that there was one around here. It may be around here. Franklin Lloyd Wright does have some, oh yeah, some ties all over the place. But he has quite a bit of ties here in the Northeast Ohio region, so I'm not going to go much crazier on this part. However, this printing, this Mentor Books printing, Mentor up here, well, it's not from up here, but getting way too crazy with entendres. This book has listings anywhere from 8, 12, 13, 14. The paperback of this book has probably 2, has at least 1, but probably 2, maybe 3 sold in 90 days. The other one I don't remember as much. However, the reason on why this one could be because of this wrap cover. The ones that are listed for less than this one don't have a photo. They have this photo coming soon, like pictures and stuff, which is fine if you don't, because then that makes those people who take that time and energy to actually get the pictures and do the work the right way on how you can make more money. This isn't really a command price. This is more like command a sale, because I took the time to get 6 or 7 or 8 pictures. It doesn't take long to get that, for 30 seconds to get those pictures, and the entire listing process itself. So yesterday, my first picture was at 10:30, and I was done listing at 3:30. Yesterday, that's 5 hours, and after everything went on sale, it was like $1,400 of stuff that went on sale. After all this, it was all on sale. So 5 hours. Let's just say it was 8 hours total in between going out and driving, getting the stuff, researching, coming back, everything wrapped up into it. 8 hours total for 1,400, and if I even do 10 of the math here, 500 out of that is 900, so that's still 100 an hour. Do the work, do the posting, there you go. But I got 25 for that, all right, because I got the pictures. And the ones that are listed, same year, same print, paperback, and they're listed for $8, $12, $15. So how is it that I got something 2 to 3 times more? Could be because of this cover, but the wrap, 2 to 3 times more. I got a feeling it's because of the pictures. Fats Navarro CD, 18. The Division Bell CD, $9. So this is one of those that I bought to listen to in the car, because I like Pink Floyd. A lot of people like Pink Floyd. And when I'm done listening to it, because you can only listen to the same songs in the CD player for so long, I bring it home, get pictures, and list it. So for probably, even if I paid $2, I still broke even for free music. Maybe even made something on it. In a sealed Phineas and Ferb DVD, 24. And that's generically fitting to this. So in part, usually I don't have this going to be shown. I'm not worried about any sort of trademark or anything like that, or any sort of copyright or anything like that. It's just where the camera's at, and I'm not able to see it. So combined, which would be sales from Saturday after I shipped in that video, to now, probably 10 o'clock now. So almost 2 whole days. That's 660. That's 640 for the sales. So that's going to include any of the sales tax, any of the VATs, any shipping extra if somebody paid that extra shipping. The product cost received for those 2 days is $556. So pretty much $230 a day. No, it's not. So 500 is 250. 280. If I go anywhere, I got to look at the calendar, kind of refer to somewhere where I'm going to go that I haven't been to in a while, at least 2 weeks. That's how I do my rotation, but I also don't want to make it go too far, because now it's probably 10 o'clock. The video will be posted around, will be processing for upload 11:30, a little bit after. Then I get the stuff packaged during that time frame. So, pretty much done around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I can head out. So I got to see where I want to go. But this video is only getting longer the more I talk. So that wraps that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Thumb going up, comments going down, sub, share everywhere, and the whole world goes round and round. Appreciate it.